In this season of The Big Talk, you are going to have access to the most incredible speakers who recently performed at the virtual showcase, which is the culmination of the Big Talk Academy, my 12-week signature speaker training. Be sure to watch every single one of these speakers in this series because they are all equally as inspiring, entertaining, and powerful. And by sharing their important messages, they can change and even save a life. Enjoy. Connie Jakab is the Director of Community for the global movement Flourishing Life and is also the Senior Manager of Wellness Innovate. She's the author of Bring Them Closer. She's also the founder of National Hope Movement Combating Mental Health in Canada. She has owned 2 dance companies, teaching the power of connection through breakdance, as well as produced 6 theater shows on social justice, issues such as poverty, women's vulnerabilities, bullying and addiction, mental illness, using dance, media, and spoken word. She lives with her husband and 2 boys in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Everybody, let's welcome to the stage Connie Jakab with the circle of being seen and how it impacts mental health.
In grade 8, I was the fat girl in school. They had a nickname for me, Connie Chunk. This label would dictate everything I would do or not do. My bubbly personality made it seem I was okay on the outside, but on the inside, I was hiding. This would continue through all my school years. After college, I decided to take a hip hop class. I loved it. The movement energized me. But then at the end of the class, we formed a circle where everyone would go into the middle to dance. The fun I was having quickly disappeared. To me, this was grade 8 all over again. One by one, people started going in the middle of the circle. I was trying to think of an excuse to leave when suddenly it came to me and I ended up in the middle of the circle, seen. I clenched my hands and as stiff as a board, did the only move that I could think of. I remember thinking to myself after this class that I would never go back until the girl next to me said, "Wow, you are so courageous." You see courage in Connie Chunk? Something clicked for me in that moment. She spoke something different. She saw courage and pulled me out of hiding. My brave ignited that day. She made me feel safe. I left Connie Chunk on the floor that day. I am now 46 years old and I am still getting down and just praying I get back up. This would lead me into a 20-year career in what I know now to be interpersonal neurobiology, how attunement rewires the brain. And I would do this through hip hop. My dance circle work started with youth at risk and then furthered into public schools. I would have the students form a circle at the end of the class and invite them into the middle to dance, but I would give them a framework first. I would explain that the outside of the circle is more important than what goes on in the middle. Why? Because the outside of the circle creates. It will either create bravery through our attuned focus to lean in and encourage the one in the middle, or it will create more hiding and more anxiety through choosing to disengage or show judgment. I discovered that the environments we create highly impact whether anxiety or courage will be present. After 20 years, the results were always the same. Circles where we chose to remain hidden would have very little participation and therefore very little transformation. But circles where we leaned in, magic happened. Students with severe anxiety would enter the middle of the circle, fearless and free. I would have teachers come up to me after, shocked at what just happened. Students themselves would say to me, "I don't understand. I struggle with severe anxiety and yet I feel so free." This led me to a conclusion. Bravery rises in safe community. Mental health is created socially. This is interpersonal neurobiology. When I attune to you, see you, Seek to understand you and look for what's under your story. That rewires the brain. But it turns out I need you to help me make that happen. Attunement requires more than just me. What is the typical way we deal with our mental health? Take some meds, see a counselor, do some yoga. But if meds, counseling, and yoga were enough, we wouldn't be in a mental health crisis right now. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for meds. Most of my family is on them. And I've had great success seeing counselors. I have nothing against yoga. The problem is I come out of my yoga class feeling all zen and then people happen. The real problem is that we are seeking to heal while remaining hidden. I secretly take my meds, see a counselor, and then show up pretending everything is okay. This is not sustainable. Behind our friendly faces and beautiful homes is a load of hurt and trauma. There's an invitation for all of us to come to the circle for healing. But how we show up to that circle and what we create there is important. These circles, these safe communities we desire to create in our workplaces, schools, and homes needs to create the opportunity for people to feel understood. Because when we're understood, we become who we truly are. Feeling misunderstood makes us feel like we have to prove our existence to others. Circles of connection rewrite stories of trauma neurologically. Imagine a circle of that kind of attunement. It reveals resilience people never knew they had. There's no place for shame in brave, connected community. Where is paralyzing anxiety in a circle like that? According to my 20 years, it's replaced with courage. What if we surrounded others rather than send the anxious away? What if we brought them closer? In critical times like we're living in, we need to be brave to show up to one another. Not just show up to be seen, but to see and to behold someone else. This takes great bravery. I would love to invite everyone here to come to the circle to be seen, because I believe that we can move the needle on our mental health crisis and create bravery in one another through 3 simple words. I see you.
If you desire to be on the virtual showcase stage, hop on over to thebigtalkacademy.com and register now for my 12-week signature speaker training, where you can become certified by the Big Talk Academy and perform on my virtual showcase stage. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscription button and notification bell, and definitely share your thoughts in the comments. I will respond to each and every one of you. Big love.